Guys, so I have a FS91 steel weed eater. Is it FS? Let me see. No, KM91. KM91. So with this weed eater, I was fixing the clutch fan, and when I was putting everything back together, this little, come in here right here, this little bolt piece in here, it cracked. As you can see right here, I tightened it down way too tight, and I cracked it. Basically, with this piece here, it just needs to be tightened down nice and snug, not too tight. And then, you see you got the crack in there right there. So we're gonna actually take this piece out with this screw here. And this is the actual piece that I am fixing. I don't know what it's called, but I do have the part number here.
Yeah, pull out. And this part needs to pull out. And
Good.
this part.
Basically, the dealer, they wanted to replace the whole casing here. And this piece is $100.
That.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
That's why.
Thank you. So this piece here is actually $100 to replace. So what I did is I went, and this piece is $5. So 5 versus 95, $100, saving $90 by fixing this. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna disassemble everything on the weed eater, and I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to put this in. So let's start off by taking the attachment piece off, and it's the same with attachment and a straight shaft.
Let me pin it out. Let me clean it out. Like,
There. Now we're gonna take this. So you know the screwdriver that they give you when you buy the weed eater. This is gonna loosen all the nuts that you need to loosen for this job that we're doing today. So you don't need no extra special tools. You really just need this.
yeah.
And how I took it off is I actually have. They don't have to be this big or this out of. But I have 3 flathead screwdrivers. One real little one. I'm gonna show you why I'm gonna use this one here in a minute. And I have just 2 bigger size flathead screwdrivers. No need to be, they could both probably be this size. And I have a hammer. And that's all that we're gonna need to actually take this piece off. So we're gonna start by taking this. Come in, zoom in on this real quick. There's only 2 bolts that you need to loosen.
Yeah.
But there's this bolt here, and it's this size, so you can't mess it up. These ones are actually smaller bolts. These ones are the ones that you need to loosen, so you don't need to loosen these 2. These 2 are actually for the trigger. Yeah, these 2 are for the trigger. This one and this one here is the 2 bigger bolts that you need to loosen this slide, get this hand off the shaft. So don't worry about the other 2 little bolts. This one, this one, this one, and this one. You don't have to loosen those, just the 2 big ones. So now I'm gonna go ahead and get these off. Mind you, I am a professional, and you have to listen to me on every step or you'll get it wrong. I know everything about these steel weed eaters. I made the weed eater. I designed it myself. I'm just kidding. I'm not a professional. I am just doing this to help other people out because I struggled. See, now look. Oh, I'm just doing this to help other people out because I struggled and I couldn't find a video myself to take this piece out. So basically, I loosened them up. You see how you can slide the shaft. So now that's loose enough. So now we have to loosen up this bolt, which is this screwdriver. We're actually going to we're going to take this nut completely out because when you buy the new part, they don't give you a screw or a bolt with it. So the bolt and the washer. So this is what you're going to have to put inside the new piece here. So let's set this down. Alright, so now what you do is you just slide the shaft out. Slide the shaft out. And there it is. That's good to go. Next step. All right, so now we are at the piece that's broken. Come here and look at this. So now, as you can see, like I said, where I broke it, there's actually the piece down in there that I broke off. This is the piece that I broke. Like I said, I tightened it way too tight. Get that thing out of there. All right, so now we're gonna use the small screwdriver to take this little pin out here. Zoom in on this right here. You see this little pin? This little pin here. I'm gonna push this in with the screwdriver, and we're gonna pop this pin out. That's the way you release this, the piece that we're gonna fix here. Okay, cool. Boom. Popped it out. Good to go. Set this over here. Let's not lose nothing. So now this piece, literally, it just pulls out. So what I do is I just take my screwdriver, wiggle it around a little bit in there. Try not to break nothing. Just be real careful, because they obviously make this stuff not for us to be fixing on it. They want you to take this crap to the dealer. Just go around the cone a few times. Just break it loose. This thing's been in there for a long time, so gotta kind of there it is. Boom, popped it out. So this is the piece. Now this is the part where I struggled. I didn't know what to do, but oh, let's look down in here. This is the inside of the casing. I don't see nothing wrong in there. Anything I shouldn't see, but this is now there's a rubber casing that goes around this piece. This is what I struggled with. This is why I have those two bigger flathead screwdrivers. You actually have to, where the lip is, you have to push it out this way. So you have to take this piece, you got to push it out this way. But the problem is there's a lip in here where the rubber holds down, and I'm gonna show you guys real quick. If you look right in here, look in here. Okay, so if you see in here, there's a lip that you have to get over. You see that little lip in there? Right here by my thumb. That's the lip you got to get. You got to get that lip over the edge of here to where you can push the rubber off. So that's what I'm about to do now. I'm going to go ahead and take my screwdrivers, and I'm going to push this thing off the best way I know how. There's no specific way to do it. I just tried not to break the rubber piece. That's all I really did. So I just stick two screwdrivers in here, and you don't have to be really you don't have to be real cautious with it. You just have to just get them up in there. Alright, thank you, Joey.
Be careful with it. Climb back to normal.
Alright.
When it moves back.
This is pretty hard to do, for me at least. Where's my little one at? And then I just took it and I just worked it around with my screwdriver on the inside, just trying to pop over the top. But once you get it over the lip, it's not too hard. See, I got the two screwdrivers in there. I'm taking a small screwdriver and I'm just taking it and just popping it up. Just be careful though that you don't pop no holes in this thing. that Cindy? See? Basically, now you can take it.
I like Cindy's, but not Cindy.
I thought it was Cindy's because it was doing all that ticking.
That car does not tick.
I'm messing with you.
And if it does, if you hear that sound, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's air cleaner.
Mm.
The air cleaner box.
Yep.
Right? Sits there and bounces around.
Boom.
Rubber bushing just shot in.
All right. So we can take this thing back out. Boom. Got it out without ripping the rubber. And look where I broke it at. Broke right here because I tightened it too tight, and that's what happens. So, simple part now. All you do is you just basically put the nut here down into the gap, and there's little prongs on the metal shaft where it's going to go into. So you just line these prongs up with the bottom two shafts, and it goes right in. Alright, so I got it back fixed. Alright, so I got it back fixed, and now you can see that the rubber is even on both sides. That's all I had to do. So I had to take it, twist, pull it out, put it back in, because you can't twist it. So now, what we do is we slide it back down in. You got to get this bolt hole even with here, and this rubber has to go underneath this line so you can get this pin back in. So that's what we have to do now. Slide it back in. And this is the part where I struggled at. And I had to use the hammer to get it down in there. But what I found is, not a socket, but I used this screwdriver and just put it on the top and hammered it down until it came in. So look at this. Actually, this screwdriver is an old school screwdriver right here. Got the little ball on the end, and it actually fits perfectly down in here. So I don't know what you guys would use, but I found something that actually gets down in the hole. What is this? Craftsman? One of my father's screwdrivers actually. Craftsman old screwdriver. Pretty cool. But I use this. Use a hammer. And now if you look, it's actually underneath the line. So, I'm going to go ahead and get this clip, this little clip here. I'm going to get this, and it goes back in here. So you just take it, push it in on one side. But now you see it's not in, it didn't click. You got to pull it up a little bit, sloot it up till it clicks in. And then you cut your finger off with a damn screwdriver. But see, now it's clicked in. You got the metal piece coming out on both sides. This side as well. Probably not as much on that side. Make sure this is down in the top. Alright, that's down. So now we're ready to go. Now we're ready to get this. Now when you put this shaft back in, make sure that your pin, it's all the way down in. Make sure this thing is all the way into the thing, or into the bottom of the weed eater.
Daddy, Dad.
What, buddy?
I need you.
For what? So, an easy way to line this up is you look down in here and you see how the square's lined up. And then you take your pin and you turn it to the same exact where it is in here, and it should slide right in. So I'm pretty sure it's just, the square it's turned a little bit to this side. So I'm going to take it and turn mine a little bit to this side. I'm gonna slide it in. Boom, there it is. And it's in there, all the way. Whoop, before I do that, I gotta put my trigger back on.
Wait, trigger?
Yeah, I gotta put the trigger back on. That should be it right there.
They don't need a
Boom, boom, bam, whop. You tighten her back up. Actually, before I even do that, you gotta get this bolt started. Kind of takes a while to get it in there, especially if it's a new thread. Takes a while to get it in there, so don't worry about lining this up until you actually get
Daddy, here.
this thing in there.
Daddy, weed here.
Alright, so you're gonna take it, line her up. Don't worry about the trigger yet. Just try to get your handle flat with the top of the weed eater. That's how I try to line mine up. That looks straight. Looks straight. It's about right there. Like I said, it doesn't need super tight. Just probably one more. Alright. Probably one more little tighten on this thing. And that should be it, so you don't crack it. Give it a little twist. That joint ain't going nowhere. It doesn't need to be super tight. That's what I did the first time. I tightened it way too tight, cracked it. So now we're gonna line this handle. On an old one, you can kind of see where the handle was, so you just put it back where it is, and then just keep it straight, and that's all you do. Alright, and that's that right there. Let's put our end on. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and slide the shaft on into the attachment part. And make sure whenever you put these shafts on, it goes all the way down to the red line. It has to go all the way down to here. If it's sticking up like this, that means it's not on right, and it's not going to spin. It has to be all the way down snug to the line. Tighten her up. These don't even need to be that tight. Just a nice half a turn on it. That's it. That's all you need. Now you take it, of course, look at the adjustment, make sure it's straight. It's straight enough. We're going to go outside and we're going to try this out. Okay, so this is the first time I'm starting it up since I fixed it. Choke it. The top's spinning, so I know that's a good thing, but I'm going to put it in some brush just to make sure all of my components are actually touching and it's not stopping. Nothing's falling, the motor's not twisting, nice and snug. Alright, well, got me another weed whacker working. Here you go, son. Here, go ahead, take it in there. Well, that's the end of the video. Fix the weed eater. If you have any questions about it, let me know. I can walk you through it a little bit better if you're having the same problem. Like, comment, subscribe to the video. Appreciate you guys watching. Look forward to seeing you at the next one.